Omer, I mean, this is not a surprise what he has been able to do, but the fact that, again, that you were down two starters and you needed him,
Yeah.
and he just picked up where he's sort of left off all season. What
Yeah.
just the lift he has brought?
Yeah. I don't even want to say like it's a luxury, because he's earned it, and he's really been working at it, and he has, like I said, that incredible development and mentorship uh, coming from Malik and UD every single day. I mean, they've been absolutely relentless with him. Everybody else is chipping in as well, but they have both of them in different ways. I'm talking about Malik and UD are able to drive him, push him, and still infuse him with confidence. It's a really tough balance to do with a young player, because you can overanalyze every single move that a young big makes. But they see the progress, and they've been working with him, on the physicality, being big, and then you're seeing the skill level, that he has, and he's unique. He's a great touch around the rim. He has a knack for the ball. And he's learning our system. He's very coachable, and he's getting better, as the season goes on. And we need these minutes right now. With Dedmon and Bam out, I think it's like a perfect thing right now of toggling between Omer and UD, because he's able to play, the bulk of the minutes, but his mentor, can guide him throughout the game and play those other minutes. And they're both really impactful tonight.
You said he has a knack for the ball. He had six or seven offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
15, but a lot, even when he doesn't get it, like he can be active.
He's around it.
He keeps it. Is that just, I mean, is that a skill, or is that something you either have or you don't? The ability just.
It's a little bit of both. I mean, yeah, I think he does have a knack for the ball. He also is big and long. And then, what the Malik and UD have really been working on him with is the NBA physicality, learning how to leverage your body and to be physical when necessary, and then when it's necessary, just to go get it. And that's also a tough thing, to fully understand. You just have to constantly work at it, and they do. Anytime there's a free moment, you see a ball going up and you see UD crashing, and then Omer like blocking out and then going up and having to go get it. But he's been making steady progress, since this summer, and it's good to see a young player get rewarded like that, and have the veteran players, happy for him and enjoying his productive minutes.
Jimmy misses a few weeks and comes back, plays 35 minutes, is aggressive enough to draw 9 free throws. How much patience and work was put in behind the scenes just to get him to this point where you don't have to worry about re-aggravating the.
Yeah, I think all this time was like needed and appropriate. But then you see how he just changes our offensive menu. We didn't even shoot it great tonight, and that part of that's to be expected. A lot of different moving parts, but our offensive game can get very settled and organized and coherent when Jimmy's in the game, when you need it to be. If you want to run fourth quarter, half court offense at any time during the game, at key moments, you can do that with Jimmy. You can throw him the ball, and he's going to make the right decisions. And it was just great to have that kind of threat again, to be able to put pressure on the rim, which we've been able to do, but then also able to get to the free throw line, which he does, as well as anybody in this league. He was key, but also you could see the X factor key plays that Caleb brings, to our team as well. Swiss Army knife defensively, but then a lot of these random unscripted plays that he can fill in the gaps that really help our offense as well.
Just looking at UD's minutes, it seems like the young guys are just much more comfortable when he's on the floor because he plays such a simple game, just screening.
Yeah.
Just how much have you noticed their production rising when you have a UD, a veteran on the floor, just simply in the game for them?
So much of this this season with our young players being able to step up and produce. One, it's been about their work ethic and their steady improvement, and really committing to that process. But secondly, it's not going to happen, for young players consistently unless you have the right group of veterans that aren't always pointing fingers or blaming or any kind of mistake that can just demoralize a young player's confidence. We have a different kind of group of veteran players that understand the bigger picture, that we need these guys to be proven reliable players, by playoff time. And they also see that they can be each one of them can be a whole lot different, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, from this experience and also the confidence that they give them. And I think that's, been a gratifying experience also for our veteran guys. It's making them younger.
We'll go via Zoom to Ira Winterman.
Erik, real quick, just what was it like to not have Quinny there and have Karan there? And how crazy is it that we're no longer talking about just the roster, but we're talking about the bench? What was the bench like for you?
And our staff, it was definitely different, not having Quinny. But our bench and our coaching staff I view it very similar to our team, our players, and the locker room. We have an extremely deep and experienced staff that I've worked with for a long period of time. So not having Quinny there, but EG was able to step up, and I've always viewed EG as a guy that could handle those kind of responsibilities. He does behind the scenes for us, and you can ask anybody in that locker room, players or staff alike. He can step into a bigger role just like that. He's the one guy on our staff that has legit head coaching experience. But there's the human side of it. It is weird. CQ was in the garage watching on a laptop, waiting to get cleared. He has 3 negative tests. He feels fully healthy. Same thing with our strength coaches, and they're doing push-up contests. How many they can do in 30 minutes. I mean, they all feel fully healthy. And it comes down to a test, sometimes, and I think that makes every single one of us anxious when we have to take that test, particularly when we feel healthy.
And then one other question, because I know it wasn't asked pregame, about Kyle. I know there's talk about shortening it from 10 to 6 days. Do you know where that stands on that?
I don't right now. And, I'm exercising some grace through this as well, because it is a frustrating process. I feel for a guy like Caleb, who came off of his career best game, of his life in this as a professional athlete, and then all of a sudden he has to go into the protocols, and he feels fine. He said, he felt like he could have played through it, but we also have a responsibility that this virus is so complex that it really isn't about us. And then now you're dealing with the complexity of the new variant, and if you've been fully vaccinated and have a booster shot and you feel fine, as we're gathering more information and more science, that hopefully your return to play or return to work as a staff member can be quicker. And I think we've gotten to a point now too, that hopefully we can all receive more data and more information, that of all the people that have been in the protocol, how many have been fully vaccinated, how many have also gotten the booster, how many have been asymptomatic versus symptomatic, and then can we untangle all of that, and then hopefully people that have been vaccinated with a booster that are asymptomatic can return to action quicker. It just makes more sense, but I get all of it. It's very complex, and it's tough to make these kind of decisions.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.